Okay, so sorry about that, guys. Here's part 2 of that video. So we're going to start off with one to get our brains warmed up, okay? Because we've been doing a lot with volume. Okay, Yasmin is putting her building blocks in her large toy box. What is the volume of her toy block? Her toy box. So, if we were together in person, I would have you walk me through this, but I want you to take a second and decide what needs to be done so that we can get the volume, okay? What needs to be done so we can get the volume? Pause the video and try to solve it for yourself. Okay, so first we need to come up with a math sentence. And when we're doing volume, we're looking at length times width times height. Okay, and we're going to keep telling you guys that and over again, okay? So length times width times height. So first, let's find the length. The length is going to be this measurement down here, which is 6 feet. Okay, so 6 feet times the width. The width is 5 feet times the height, which hopefully you guessed it, is 4 feet. Okay, so now it's time for us to solve. Okay. So there are many mental math strategies you could use, but I'm going to do this. So 6 times 5, I know that's 30. And then I'm going to multiply that by 4. So since I have a 0 at the end, I can just attach that at the end and just multiply 3 times 4, which is 7. And then add that 0 to the end to get 70. Okay, and before we forget, it's very important, since we're talking about volume, we are measuring with cubes. So our units are going to be what kind of feet? Hopefully you said cubic feet. Okay, cubic feet, 70 cubic feet. And that would be our volume, okay? So good job getting your brain all warmed up. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one. Okay, so this one says, Jim finds 2 blocks of wood. He wants to take the larger block home. Which block of wood has more volume? So in this one, we're going to be comparing, right? We need to find the volume of block A and the volume of block B, okay? And see which one is more, okay, right? Because he wants to take the one with more volume home. So let's do this. Let's put our volume for A over here and our volume for B over here so we don't get mixed up. And now I want you to pause the video, work this problem out, and don't let me just work it out for you because you need to be able to check your answer, okay? So pause the video, and work this out. Okay, so hopefully you're remembering that equation. Volume equals length times width times height, okay? So we're going to look at A first. We're going to find the length. So 4 inches for the length times the width, which is 8 inches, times the height, which is 2 inches. All right. Okay, also, I wanted to let you know that you don't have to do this a particular way. You could have done 8 inches times 2 inches times 4 inches. Okay, that's the same thing, guys. You can multiply these in any order because of the associate properties. No matter which way you multiply, it's going to be the same answer, okay? So, like I said, no matter which way you multiply, so I'm going to multiply like this. I'm going to do 4 times 2, which I know is 8, times 8. Sorry, those 8s kind of look bad. Oof, that made it look worse. Okay. Equals, what is 8 times 8? Hopefully you said 64 inches. Or 64, excuse me. And let's take out these inches here. Okay. So it'd be 64, what kind of inches? Because I almost even forgot. Cubic inches. All right, now let's look at B. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find the length, the width, and the height. So let's start with length. Our length here is 3. Our width is 3. And our height is 7. Okay, so let's do this then. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 7 is 63. I gave you guys a longer time because I know that sometimes that doesn't stick in our brains, right? The higher we go up, the harder it is. But that's not true. And this year, we're going to get better at being quick. But for the time being, I wanted to give you guys a second so that you could write it out if you needed to. So, like I said, we're just going to increase and get better as we go. 63 cubic inches. Okay, so now we're going to look at this and this. Which box is more, 64 cubic inches or 63 cubic inches? Hopefully you said 64 cubic inches, which would be A. All right, great job, guys. So let me erase, and we're going to do one last one, and then it's going to be your job to work on your own and let me know if you need help. So let's do this last one together. Derek and Hannah are going on a trip and have stacked their suitcases. What is the total volume of their suitcases? Okay? Total volume. Let's underline those 2 words, total volume, so we know what we're looking for. To get the total, we are going to need to add the volume of the gray box to the volume of the brown box, okay? Or in this case, suitcases. So let's do this. Let's use the colors of the suitcases. So over here, we have the gray suitcase. And And over here, we have the brown suitcase. Okay. I'm going to just do another line like we did before. That's going to help us keep our volumes separate. So as always, length times width times height. So let's look at our gray soup box first. Okay? Let's see. Our length is going to be this measurement right here, which is 3 feet. And really quick, I didn't tell you this, but how about you pause the video right now before I give the rest of it and see if you can do this by yourself. So find the volume for the gray suitcase, find the volume for the brown suitcase, and then get the total volume. All right, so let me keep going. Hopefully you've unpaused it. All right, 3 feet times the width, which is 4, times the height, which is 2 feet. All right, so let's do some math. 3 times 4 is 12, times 2 is 24. 24 what? We're measuring with what? Cubes, cubic. What's our unit? Feet. All right, and now we're going to go over here. And we have, let's see, let me get my marker ready. We're going to do our length. The length of the brown box, is 4 feet. Our width is 4 feet. And our height is 1 foot. And you might keep saying, okay, we're doing length times width times height, but I forget which one's length and which one's width and which one's height. Well, you need to make sure that you have a measurement, right, for each dimension of the box. So when we're looking at that brown box, we see that there are 3 dimensions that go with the brown box, okay? That's how we know to multiply them all together. All right, and we're going to take that and we're going to multiply. 4 times 4 is 16, times 1 is 16, right? And it will be what measurement? Just like the last one, it'll be cubic feet. All right, now you're not done, because now we are going to take our 2 totals and add them together because we want the total volume, okay? We don't just want the gray box and just want the brown box. We want the gray and brown box together. So we're going to do 24 plus 16 equals, okay, I'm going to add my ones. 6 plus 4 is 10. Going to carry that 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus that 1 that we carried is 4. So now I have 40. I could have also done it like this. Another mental math strategy. So 24 plus 16. I could have said, okay, so now I have 20 and 4. And over here I know I have 10 and 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. And 20 plus 10 is 30. I know that 30 plus 10 is 40. Okay? So our total is going to be 40 cubic feet. 40 cubic feet is our total for those 2 suitcases. All right, guys, great job today. Make sure you go into your math course. Click today's date, which is August 28th, okay, Friday, August 28th, and do the math set number 1 problem set, okay? And that will be there for you. If you have any problems or anything that you need help with, please tell me, because next week we will be taking a math assessment. So reach out to me and let me know if you're having trouble before our math assessment. All right, I will talk to you guys very soon.